Hi class. I wanted to make a quick video about the sorted function. There was a question about how lambda functions and sort play with each other. And sorry about the sound quality of this video, by the way, but I was incorrect in class and I wanted to correct that. So let's open up Jupyter and we'll see if we can figure out how those two things work. Okay, so as usual, we are going to create a new Python 2 notebook when it lets us. Well, Python 3 if you're on a PicLab computer. So sorry about the sound quality. I don't have my headset with me right now. But let's say we have a string. A is hello and B is goodbye. And we want to sort those two. Now by default, the sort function is going to, let's take a list. So L is A comma B. Let's add a C for good measure. C will be you say. All right. So let's do the sorted function. So you can sort a list by calling L.sort. Let's print out L. See how that works. As expected, G comes first, then H, and then Y. What if we had, so let's just talk a little bit about how sort and sorted work. So let's see, if we sort L, then print it, oops, sorted. So that's exactly the point. It's not L.sort, or sorry, it's not sort L, you do L.sort, that's one way, L.sort, or you call sorted function on L. Okay. Now notice, it didn't change L, right? So it actually sorted function works a little differently from L.sort. That's one of those things with mutability that you got to keep in mind. L.sort actually changes the list L itself. Sorted L doesn't change the list. You have to return it. Creates a copy. So let's print L2 in this case. There we go. All right. Now we wanted to, let's do a few more things with sorted first. What if there are two words that begin with the same letter? And let's H, these are already going to be in sorted order, so let's change one of these, okay? So all three of these start with the same letter, so how is it going to compare them? It's going to compare them lexicographically. It is going to look at the first letter and compare that. Now, if the first letters are different, it is going to sort them according to the first letter. If they're the same, it's going to look at the second letter and then sort based on the second letter. So in this case, H is all the same across all three, but B should come first because A is the second letter. That's smaller than E, which is smaller than O. So if we sort this one, there we go. All right, so it's sorted by the second letter in this case. All right, now there is also a key parameter that we can also type in, and we wanted to see how that works. So let's first, so what it is it is a function that can, it's totally different from what I said in lecture. It is a function that can be called on every element in the list before sorting those entries. So instead of sorting A and then sorting with B and C, we basically, it calls whatever function we provide F on A and then calls F on B and then calls F on C and sorts those things, basically, or sorts them according to what that would do. So let's write a function F and see how that works. Let's make it be hello, goodbye, and you say again. So let's get back to normal. Oops. And let's create this function F. It doesn't have to be a lambda function. We'll define the function F, and it takes in a string, say S. And let's say that we want to sort according to the last letter. That's one thing we could do, right? So we can return the last letter of whatever string we get in. Another one of those fun Python tricks. This means the last element of the array, or the list in this case, right? And so our list is ABC, and we want to sort not according to the natural, lexicographic ordering, but we want to sort according to whatever the last letter is. This is not the same as a reverse sort, of course. This is not like descending as opposed to ascending order. It is sorting according to the last element. We do that by, for each of these items, A, B, and C, first it's going to call this function on it, get out that last letter, and it's going to sort according to those. So we provide key gets, key is a parameter, a named parameter, and we're going to provide the function f on that. And so what we expect, y, so E comes before O comes before Y. Oh, that wasn't a very good choice because that's going to be the same as before. Let's change this to Z just to make it more interesting. So O comes before Y comes before Z, and that's why it ended up in that order. So let's double check that. A, B, and then C. You say B and C. So that's how it works. We provide a function, it calls that function on each of the elements of the list, sorts according to that order, and returns a list of the original elements, but in that proper order. And let's just see how that works with the lambda function, right? So we can say key gets lambda. We want the lambda function to take in a string that we'll call s, and that string, we're going to get out the last element of it, and that's how it's going to sort according to that last element. We don't need this def anymore. Same thing.